Hello, yo, yo, yo. It's time to start the show. Welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Uh, Live from Muskegon, Michigan. Uh, just hope everybody had a good day, man. This was a very different week in the NFL. Lions back in the winning column after the ass whipping that we took from the Packers last week. Jared Goff with no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. Definitely great. Our Lions jump out to a um, quick lead. Never lost the lead, but it got scary for a little bit there. Um, but heck, it's a fight. Saints are maybe in a not have that great a record, but they are a fighting team. And but still the Lions prevailed in another close one. Uh, it's just what we need to learn to be with. This is how things are going with the NFL now, and both the top seeds in the AFC and NFC, both of them lost with the Chiefs losing and actually losing the top seed to the Dolphins now. So Dolphins are the number one seed in the AFC. Eagles still remain the number one seed in the NFC because they have the best record. But man, San Francisco sure put on an ass whipping. Your shirt will be heading. Your new shirts will be heading your way today. Got everything ready for you. Hey, thank you, thank you. I do know who this is. Thanks. That's great. Uh, how's it going? Hope everything's going good with you. Uh, but yeah, so we're going to look at the playoff picture, and it could change. I mean, there's NFC North is going to be playing a lot of interplaying there. However, there is one team that has been eliminated from the playoffs. No big surprise who that team is the Carolina Panthers. I'm just hoping the Carolina Panthers can win a few games so that they can keep the. And thank you, Ashley. I do appreciate that. As far as for my new shirt heading this way. Uh, but shoot, we'll just go ahead and look at if the playoffs were to start today. This is how it would be, how it would look. Uh, of course, you have. Get rid of this junk here. Uh, okay, so as far as for in the hunt, of course, but if they were actually to start today, you'd have the Dolphins with the number one seed in the AFC, Ravens number two seed, uh, and the Jacksonville Jaguars number three seed. Um, all the way down to four, the Chiefs because they lost yesterday to the Green Bay Packers. To the Green Bay Packers. Oh my God! OMG! OMG! All right. So that's just then of course you have, and these are your division leaders. Uh, NFC, you have number one seed would be your Eagles. Number two seed would be your 49ers, which opened up a can of whip ass on the Eagles. Lions still remain at the number three seed. Falcons, Atlanta, because somebody needs to win that division. Falcons would be the fourth seed, even though the record is miserable. And the Cowboys being number 5. Okay, so then after Kansas City, you have the Steelers, the Colts, the Browns. And that's of course Monday Night Football has not played yet, so some of these may change depending on who wins and stuff like that. Especially the AFC because the two teams are the AFC. So Jacksonville their seat could end up changing if they actually win. Tonight. So and that would be because they would be a half game ahead. Uh, okay, then to round up the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Packers. Packers being the last seed. Who would ever thought that the Packers would actually, be in the runnings after that? Teams that are on the bubble. Uh, you got the Texans, the Broncos, the Bills, and the Bengals. Chargers, Raiders, Titans, Patriots. How could the All right. It just seems weird. So those are in the bubble. Uh, okay. On the bubble is the Rams, uh, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers, the Saints, the Giants. How could that team even be qualified with how horrible of a record they have? The Bears are still on the bubble. Uh, Commanders and Carolina, but that's just because there's only one team that has lost. Uh, so that's how if the playoffs started today and actually the playoff race and stuff like that going on. Uh, you know, all right, I'm trying to make sure I don't get any interruptions. But this is Tim's Maniac Sports. Okay, as far as for the NFL. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna take that one off. And share screen. Okay, so uh, as far as what has happened, games this week. I like this as much as I do Google. Huh. I'm gonna get off this one. Sorry. I just like Google better. It just explains more. Uh, so NFL schedule. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go over the wins and losses of the week 13. Once again, you had bad officiating. When in the heck? When in the heck are the refs? When in the heck are the NFL going to actually do something about the officials? You know, when the hell are they going to do it? Because the it's acidine. Some of these cause, non-cause stuff that goes on. I mean, I cannot say things really affected the Lions game, so that's not. But you had horrible, you know, uh, pass inter. You had horrible officiating in the Seattle and the Dallas game. You had horrible officiating there. You had horrible officiating in the Kansas City um, Green Bay Packer game. And as long as the NFL lets this crap stand, and just doesn't really do anything that matters, that change. I mean, a rule change is not going to make the referees do their job better. Or is this something that the NFL wants? Bad officiating, or are there other influences that are causing this officiating mess up that we see? And if that is the case, then why won't the NFL do something about it? Because it does, however you look at it, it hurts the integrity of the game when the referees get in and they do not do their job right. No matter how you look at it, when the referees don't do their job right. Now the Chiefs would have still had to have scored, but if it would have been right down at the they could have scored, they could have got the 2-point conversion, but we will never know now. We will never know because the refs did not do their job right. So, it's just what it is. Okay. Now, since I ranted and raged about stuff like that, we're going to go back to the now, granted, I didn't see a lot of these games. I did kind of catch some of the highlights and stuff like that. So, the Titans lost, but the coach, they gave the coach all that they could handle. Coach ended up pulling out the victory and stuff like that. It just is what it is. Colts are actually playing a lot better than what they were earlier. So things are kind of going their way. Falcons and Jets. Jets just really don't have no hope right now. There's no way you can look at the hope with their quarterback situation. I think it was smart that they benched Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle wasn't the answer. I mean, that's just it. He hasn't been the answer. Zach Wilson is not the answer. Aaron Rodgers, who knows if he would have been the answer or not. He's a great quarterback in this time, but I mean, age, sure, I'm sure that did a factor in him getting hurt so easily. And on the first play, so the Jets, they might as well just hang it up and say, okay, I'm done for this season. Even if Aaron Rodgers comes back this year, it will be too little, too late. So why go ahead and waste, and chance him being hurt for next year? Just go ahead, let him rehabilitate and do whatever it takes. Broncos, they gave the Texans all that they could, but Texans showed that they had more grit than the Broncos and end up beating, edging the Texans or edging the Broncos to the win. Uh, Chargers shut out Belichick's team at New England. You know, is it because they want the number one draft pick? Is it? You know, I'd rather see them get it than Chicago, just because I'm in the NFC North. Nothing against you. You know, it's just, hey, I want to do what's best for my team. You and what's best for my team is, I'm a Detroit fan, I'm a Lions fan, so I don't want to see Chicago get that number one draft pick or trade away again so they can get more draft capital like they had last year. It is because, hey, look at Chicago gave us all what we got, all what we could handle and stuff like that. So of course the Carolina beat uh, Cardinals beat the Steelers. Dolphins lambasted the Commanders. Panthers made a game against the Buccaneers, but still ended up losing. The Eagles were not soaring because the 49ers were mining. 49ers just went ahead and 6 straight touchdowns after beginning the game in a 6-0 deficit. Two, first 2 drives they held the Eagles to 3 points. Eagles kind of got stopped, like at least, or the 49ers got stopped 2 times, but scored 6 straight touchdowns. Once they got started, the Eagles defense could not handle it. So they just, it's just, they showed the vulnerability. And hey, does this give Dallas a, how Dallas is going to look at the films and stuff like that? Eagles go to Dallas next week. Will Dallas, will they be able to do anything? Will they be able? Will Dallas actually, or will the Eagles or Dallas win? And then how does that change the playoff picture? If you have like those 3 wins, and if the Eagles go and lose to Dallas, so we we'll just need to see what goes on there. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. Of course, there's one more game on tap this week from week 13, and it's Jacksonville. As before it mentioned, Monday Night Football. Will Jacksonville be able to, that will affect the seed if they end up winning that game. Uh, so we will see. But so, all right. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. Uh, we'll look at next week's games, next week's schedules. Uh, okay, week 14 in the NFL. Patriots are on Thursday night football. They They played the Patriots, go down and play the Steelers. Uh, Texans go and play the Jets. Uh, the Rams go to the Ravens. Panthers go to Saints. Colts play the Bengals. Buccaneers play the Falcons. Jacksonville plays the Browns. Lions play the Bears. The Bears at Soldier Field. Uh, Seattle is at the 49ers. And Vikings go and play the lowly Raiders. Uh, Broncos play the Chargers. And the Bills take on the Chiefs. Eagles, of course, before Eagles will be the Sunday night game. And wow, Green Bay got a tough one. They take on the lowly uh, uh, New York Giants. We know who's going to win that one. That's just Giants. Giants are baked, cake, and fake this year because there's just nothing the Giants can do right this year. We're going to go ahead and we will look at the standings of the NFL 2. The standings. I'll go ahead and share the screen just because I can. All right. So the okay. So NFC standings, of course. We're going to look at the NFC East first. Yeah, the Eagles are, of course, 10 wins, 2 losses. And, of course, that could change because they play Dallas. Uh, then following up, both the Giants, well, of course, the Dallas is 9-3. Uh, Giants and Commanders are both. Uh, okay. Actually, the Giants are 4-8 because they haven't had their bye week yet. That's weird. Uh, or no, they had their bye. Commanders, they had their bye week. That's what it was. And the Commanders are 4-9. So that's the AFC East. Uh, the AFC West. AFC West. You have the 49ers with 9-3, Rams with 6-6, Seattle with 6-6, Cardinals with 3-10. That's Lions, however, okay, and NFC North, yes, okay. Lions Lions are ahead of the Vikings by 3 games right now, with 9-3. Vikings are 6-6. So are the Packers. Bears are 4-8. So and of course, these you know these teams are playing a lot of each other. So all this could change. Wow, wow, wow! What a strong division we have here. NFC South has been basically a crap show for the last 2 years. But you got to have a division-winning champion. So it's right now it's either in between Falcons, you know, Atlanta, Atlanta basically, and of course the Buccaneers. Saints are kind of like have an outside chance. Panthers not a cold day in hell. They're not good. They're not good. So Falcons are 6-6. Uh, the Buccaneers are 5-7, with the Saints being 5-7, and Panthers being 1-11. 1-11 Panthers. What the hell? What the hell? 1-11. Okay. So that's it for the NFC. Uh, we're looking at the AFC now. Okay. Dolphins are, of course, number one seed right now, depending on what happens with Jacksonville tonight. Uh, but in the AFC East, Dolphins are 9-3, Bills are 6-6, and Jets are 4-8, and Patriots are 2-10. You know, Chiefs, however, are 8 wins, 4 losses. Broncos are 6-6, 6 wins, 6 losses. Uh, Chargers are 5-7. Uh, the Raiders are 5-7. One thing we haven't had this year is a tie. That's kind of what that's a good thing. I don't like ties. I think the NFL needs to always make them be a winner. This is one thing that I think that the NFL needs to do. Um, there needs to be a winner of the game. That's what needs to happen. The NFL needs to figure it out with the Players Association. You cannot have a tie. I know it's tradition and stuff like that, but heck, and I also believe that each team, no matter if it's a field goal or a touchdown, I think that each team should get a chance with the ball. This BS where uh, if sudden death overtime, both teams should get at least one chance with the ball, then go to sudden death overtime. Actually, I think there should be just a 15-minute quarter play, but I will compromise my thoughts and say at least if they at least get one, you know, one possession, you know, then you can go to sudden death. That's just my opinion, uh, and my opinion matters. You know, it does matter. Uh, but okay, so where were we? We didn't do the AFC North, or well, did we even do that? Okay, the AFC. Well, we'll go ahead and revisit. I know. Uh, the Chiefs are at 4-8. I know I mentioned that. Uh, Broncos 6. Yeah, we did. Okay, the AFC North. You have, of course, the Ravens are at 9-3. Steelers are at 7-5. Browns are at 7-5. Bengals are at 5-6. Then you have Jacksonville is also part of the 9-3 club, or no, 8-3 club. Depending on what happens this week, we'll see. Tonight, depending on what happens tonight, we'll see what happens. Uh, then you have oh, the Colts are at 7-5. The Texans are at 7-5, and then you have the Titans are at 4-8. So that's how we're looking at right now. Um, NFC North is going to be playing each other. If you look at as far as the NFC North, from what I'm seeing, as far as from the schedules, uh, I think the Lions have the roughest schedule left. If you look at it, we will go through. Uh, Okay. Detroit Lions schedule.
Yesterday, the Lions played the Saints. The final score was 33-28 Lions.
Okay. Okay, so of course our remaining schedule is Chicago at Chicago. You have the Broncos come to Detroit. Then we go to Minnesota and we go to Dallas. Then Minnesota comes to us. Those are our final games. Um, and those are all tough games. I know the Chicago's record. Chicago gave us all what we could handle. And remember, they also beat the Vikings at Minnesota last. Uh, then the Broncos, yeah, the Broncos lost this week, but the Broncos before this week have been playing hot as of late. Vikings, that's still, that's still they're still kind of up in the air, but up into the last couple games, and of course they had to bye week this week, but they dropped two in a row. Uh, and then we go to Dallas. That's always over at AT&T Stadium. That's always a hard game. And then we'll finish it up against the Vikings at home. Uh, Speaking of the Vikings, we're going to look at. Let's look at the Packers schedule next, then we'll look at the Vikings schedule, and last we'll do the Bears. Uh, okay, the Packers remaining.
The Packers won 27-19 yesterday against the Chiefs.
Okay, so the remaining schedule for the Packers are as followed. Jeez. Okay, so the Packers take on the Giants at Giant Stadium. Big whoop. All right. Uh, Tampa could give the Packers stuff, but it's going to be at Lambeau Field. Who knows? Then they get Carolina, and of course they go to Minnesota, and then their last game, the Bears come to the Lambeau Field. Uh, okay, so like I'm saying, this is a relatively easy schedule, so you could see the Packers actually making the playoffs. Jordan Love, not to take anything away from him because Jordan Love is playing great quarterbacking right now. He spanked the Lions. I really don't want to see the Packers in the playoffs. It's just don't want to see it. Don't want to, don't want. But I think that the Packers are going to make the playoffs. That's just an early prediction. Who knows? Uh, okay, so we will. Minnesota Vikings remaining schedule.
The Vikings will be playing the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium on Sunday at 4:05 p.m.
So Vikings go to the Raiders. Okay. Then the Vikings. Well, I guess the Vikings could have a hard schedule. It's just within the NFC North. But as far as for the other two remaining games, they don't because you got the Raiders, then the Bengals, of course, then the Lions, then the Packers, uh, then the Lions again. So that's their remaining schedule. And remember, this was a team that won the NFC North last year. So it isn't like they're playing, the it isn't like they're playing an uh, easy schedule. So like they're playing last place schedule like the Bears did. Okay, and of course we gotta look at the Bears' remaining schedule. That's the last one of the NFC North. Okay, yeah, well, I gotta be. But you guys are watching Tim's Maniac Sports. Thank you guys for coming in for watching. I do appreciate it. Uh, please comment. Um, it's it gets kind of boring when I don't have people commenting on here. I can hear that things are. Um, I can hear that the stream's going good right now, so that is a good thing. Uh, okay, so let's just see. We're gonna look at Chicago's remaining schedule. Chicago's remaining schedule.
The Bears will play the Lions on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Right. Then the Bears got the Browns. Cardinals could be a game. Browns could be a game. Uh, then they got Atlanta. Then of course they got the Pack. So I'm thinking of all these ones that I've seen. I'm thinking the Packers have the easiest schedule of the remaining in the NFC North. It's just my feeling and stuff like that. Let's just go ahead and for the heck of it, we will do the Eagles and the 49ers remaining schedule. Philadelphia Eagles remaining schedule.
The Eagles will play the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium on Sunday at 8:20 p.m.
So the Eagles, they got the Cowboys, then they have the Seahawks, then they got the Giants, uh, Cardinals, and then the Giants again. So, and to be honest, I think when the NFL did this, because last year the Giants were relevant. The Giants were a whole different team, than they are this year. So they were a lot more relevant. So I, but of course no matter what, they're both AFC or NFC East teams, so they're going to play each other twice anyway. But I think they were expecting this would matter in the playoff picture a lot more than it really does now, because they thought that the Giants were going to be a better team than what they are, what they've been this year. So okay, we're going to do the 49ers. 49ers remaining schedule.
The 49ers will be playing the Seahawks in Santa Clara on Sunday at 4:05 p.m.
So, okay, so 49ers. Then they play the Cardinals. Now, then they play the Ravens. So that's going to be Ravens will definitely be a tough team. Uh, oh, wow. Then they got the Commanders, and they end up finishing up against Matthew Stafford and the Rams. So it could go either way on that. You don't know. Uh, but yeah, this is my next first. I want to thank you guys for coming in just. I don't have a lot of time today. I just been trying to get things done. I was on night too, or earlier this morning, however you want to call it. It was like midnight and stuff like that. So um, just let me know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe. Uh, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm hoping the Lions can go ahead and beat the Bears. Uh, Bears are something to be contended with. You know, they have shown a lot as of late. Once Justin Fields came back, you know, they're they're just a team that has they're a team that's going to give headaches. uh, let's just go ahead, and I do want to see. Sorry, sorry for the coughing. I'm gonna go. Miami Dolphins remaining schedule. So Titans, Dolphins ought to win that one. Uh, then they play the Jets, so they get 2 home games, 3 home games in a row. Because Dallas, Dallas of course goes to Miami. So basically, they got 4 out of the last 5 of their games are home games. Uh, I don't know why. I'm gonna put this back where you guys see. Uh, so of course Titans. Then they play the Jets. Then they play the Cowboys, and then they go to Baltimore, and then they play the Bills. So the last couple games, uh, last couple, so the last probably 3 games could be challenging for them if you look at it. Uh, let's see, who do we have here? Let's see what Jacksonville played in their remaining games. Look at Jacksonville. We want to look at the Ravens too. Oh, okay. Uh, uh, Baltimore Ravens remaining schedule.
The Ravens will face off against the Rams on Sunday at 1 p.m.
So the Ravens, of course, are the Rams go to Baltimore. Baltimore goes to Jacksonville. So uh, Baltimore has a pretty tough schedule if you look at it. Their easiest game would probably be the Steelers, and that's not a sure win there. But Lamar Jackson keeps healthy, who knows? Uh, but because okay, so uh, Rams go to Baltimore. Baltimore goes to Jacksonville. Baltimore goes to the 49ers. Dolphins go to Baltimore, and then Steelers go to Baltimore. Okay, Jacksonville. Jacksonville's remaining schedule.
Jaguars will play the Bengals today at 8:15 p.m.
Okay. So there, of course, the Bengals. Then they play the Browns, and of course we know they play the Ravens. Play the Buccaneers, the Panthers, and then the Titans. So Jacksonville does have, if you look at it, there's a couple games that are, but then there's they do got a couple games that are pretty that could be tough. So I'm looking forward to the uh, Trevor Lawrence facing up against Lamar Jackson. That's going to be good to see that one. Uh, should we do it? This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports, or Tim's Maniac Sports. As you can hear, I do got a cough and a little cold and stuff like that. I'm, pro- I'm probably going to end the stream now. Okay, I still got to get ready for work. Hope everybody is looking forward to this Christmas holiday coming up. And you guys all take care. Uh, just remember, you know, if just remember to enjoy yourself. Be with your families this holiday season, this Christmas season, and enjoy. All right, this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. You guys take care. Go Lions.